Hello everyone, this is Pat with Empowering by Design with the Daily Oracle Card Reading and Message for Sunday, the 10th of April, 2011. And for today's reading, I'm going to get real earthy. After the connecting with the fairies yesterday, I felt strongly called to dig into a couple of decks I either haven't used before or not used very often. And they're real connected to the earth realms. So, and they're decks that are not from Doreen Virtue, so I'm really deviating for today's reading. But as I said, I felt called to do that, and like a lot of you, I follow my guidance and intuition. So for today's reading, we're going to be calling on the Medicine cards by Jamie Sams and Stephen Farmer's Earth Magic cards. So let's get started with the cards that came out for today. Now, from the Medicine cards, we got the card Hawk. And Hawk is a really, really, cool card here. Let's bring it up closer so you can see it. Hawk in the Medicine cards, or the Medicine of Hawk, is about being the messenger. And there's a twofold message to Hawk. One is to beware, as in use caution. There might be something unexpected coming your way, and that's what Hawk brings you a message about. Or to be aware, as in to heighten your senses and really notice your surroundings, all the nuances, the details, all become the observer in your environment. Because what this card is saying is that life is sending you signals. It's like a card about getting signs from everywhere around you. And the Medicine of Hawk is to really, heighten up your senses, open up and notice. Really notice what's going on around you. The cry of Hawk is really thought to be like a, whoa, wake up, be aware, pay attention kind of a message. So when Hawk comes into your cards, it's essentially like that cry of the hawk, where it's calling you to really, slow down, pay attention to what's going on, be real observant, and notice. Notice the details. Notice the shifts of energy and power that are going on around you. It is also a message or a information about being a messenger. It says people who have Hawk medicine are those who get messages from spirit, who see omens coming, things of this nature. And so it really is a message about getting messages. It's pay attention to what's going on around you, because there's messages coming to you. There's messages being given to you. So that's what Hawk's message is about today. And Hawks also have, because they fly so high in the sky, they also have that ability to observe from above. They have super vision. And from there, as they circle the skies, they have the overview of what's going on, and yet they can still spot, their prey way down on the ground. So they're real, they have, I want to say, both kinds of vision. They're not always scrutinizing things real close up, but they have that incredible eyesight and ability to see things. So it speaks to your abilities of clairvoyance, and maybe to, see the truth of what's really going on. So that's what some of Hawk's message is about today. Now, the card that we got from Stephen Farmer's deck is Ancestors. And the symbology in this card is we have hands, and we have the rainbow, what they call the rainbow serpent, kind of circling through the hands. And this has to do with a little bit of Aboriginal history. The hands have to do with our connection to the past. And the serpent represents all of creation, and it kind of weaves its way through the fingers on the different hands. But the message on the card has to do with our connection to not just our ancestors, but the it is primarily our ancestors, but it speaks to the fact that the spirit of your ancestors tends to stay in the land and the surroundings that you're in. So this message is, connected to Hawk. I feel like they both intertwine today. In part of what Hawk may be giving you a message about is to notice the surroundings and to maybe heighten your senses to the messages from your ancestors. Maybe you have some departed loved ones that are trying to get through to you and to get a message through to you. And I feel like it's also a message to, given what the earth and the world is going through right now, it is a strong message to listen to the wisdom of our ancestors. No matter what your ancestry may be, the indigenous tribes of the earth, the people who have been here for so many years and who lived without the technology that we have now, they were very connected to the earth, and they really venerated their older generation and their wise ones for their knowledge and the knowledge that they brought forward from the past and to help the future generations. Because, wisdom is ageless. Wisdom is knowledge that carries through time and stays true no matter, what time on a calendar it may be. It's timeless and it's ageless. And so I feel like part of the message here today is to, really listen to the messages of our ancestors. And, the ancestor card suggests that wisdom can be found just by simply walking the land and, heightening your senses and paying attention, because it suggests that the blood of the ancestors and their wisdom and their imprint is imprinted upon the lands that you walk on. And it's, a bit of paying attention to your heritage and the wisdom that is within your culture. Each culture has its own wisdom that it has brought through the ages. So it's about listening to the messages of the past a little bit, because not all of it was, some of it doesn't always pertain to the here and now that we're in. But again, that wisdom that comes from our ancestors is ageless and timeless. And it is as true today as it was many generations ago when they were here. Their pieces of advice are, and it's also maybe what will come to you today is that, simple piece of advice that was passed on by a grandmother or, an uncle or an aunt or something that you had a special close connection to. Someone who has maybe, as I said, departed, or it may be someone who's living, someone that you need to connect with who's an ancestor of yours, who, you need to hear their messages and bear witness to the wisdom they have to pass on to you. So that is our message for today, Sunday. And I know on Sundays, many people do gather with their families for celebrations, to have a meal together. And I think what the messages are saying today is if that is what you're doing, really listen to what's being said. Listen to what's getting passed on and carried on through the generations of your family and your culture, because it has a great deal of wisdom and value for you, and it's something that you can hold in your heart, maybe pass on to your own future generations, and really cherish this time in the now. Really cherish it and value it for what it is. Be present and, enjoy. So have a lovely Sunday, everyone, and I look forward to speaking with you again soon. I hope you get out and enjoy the nice weather. If you have nice weather where you are. Take care.